Hello, everybody. Welcome to the y.W.c predictions of the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 34. I am Chris Dollerton, here to bring it all to you. Alongside me today with our predictions is Seth Cole.
Hi, I'm sick.
Oh, okay. Kyle Mathews.
Hello.
He's sick.
Our resident bitch McGee, Kev Shearer.
Well, this video is getting demonetized.
And
He's beyond sick,
Preston,
he's dead.
Yeah, and Preston Plourd.
Not just Preston Plourd, you're y.W.c World Champion!
And then there's me. So, us five made it to the prediction show today because no one else wanted to show up. But we got some private picks in here as well. But let's just get the ball rolling here.
We got some private picks in here.
Yes, we do. Big match card. Very massive match card. 13 matches. 14 if you think about it. But really, we're going to stick to 13. We'll start with the three that are scheduled to be on the pre-show, and everyone assumed this for the love of God. Anyway, we'll start with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. There is currently only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14 that have announced for the Battle Royal, but we're pretty much assuming that everyone that does not already have a match at WrestleMania will be in that Battle Royal. So
Primo makes his pay-per-view debut, or his pay-per-view return.
Yeah. Seth, what you got?
It's basically a toss-up, but I'm going to go with a returning Samoa Joe.
Ooh. Okay. Kyle?
You know, this is the one match I have absolutely no idea. I'd be shocked if any of us get this right. This is just one of those. This is going to be one of those predictions I am just doing for shits and giggles. I'm totally pulling this out of my ass here.
This could be the prediction that wins the titles for everybody, to be honest, if someone gets it right.
And it's going to, I guarantee you, it's going to be the ballsiest pick you've ever heard for any match that we've ever done. I'm going to go with Kurt Hawkins. I am dead serious about this.
Oh my
Because
word.
think of this about this here. He's done nothing but lose the entire time. They've kind of made this. They've kind of made it a thing. They've made it a T-shirt of this big losing streak that he's been on. And since this match has never really given anybody that big monster push that everybody thought they were going to get, I figure, what the hell? Why don't they just throw him a bone and give him a WrestleMania moment?
So in other words, he's going to win. Michael Cole's going to go streaks over, and they'll focus on a Trent Dunham lookalike again.
Yeah, that's a good possibility.
Expect that meme to come after WrestleMania. All right, Kev.
This is a total crapshoot. Let's just be honest here. This and the women's battle royal, which we'll get to later. I have no bloody clue. I'm just gonna agree with Kyle. You know, fuck it, Kurt Hawkins.
I didn't realize I was that good of a salesman here.
God.
Okay, Preston.
Okay, looking at the entry list, I don't see a repeat winner, so I thought about who could win. I narrowed it down to two. I think it'll be Dolph Ziggler or Matt Hardy, and if I had to pick one of the two, screw it, I'll go with Matt Hardy.
Actually, there is a chance for a repeat winner. Baron Corbin's in it.
So
Yeah.
Mojo.
Yeah, Corbin and Mojo, dude.
I mean, theoretically, it could happen, but I'm not going to go down that road. I'm just going to go with Hardy.
Okay, for me, I had a pretty solid list. I looked at Ziggler, I looked at Zack Ryder, I looked at
So those were the private picks, okay.
No. I looked at, like, I don't know, one of the Breezango guys or one of the guys from the Revival, or even Goldust, but you know, for some reason, it's gravitating to me. I look at, ever since the Battle Royals had I think last year's WrestleMania was the first time the Battle Royal happened with the brand split. That went to SmackDown, so I'm leaning towards Raw. Screw it. I'll go with Goldust. Why the hell not?
Oh,
I would love to see that,
hey.
actually.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that either.
Dust of gold.
Okay, do we have the, what's the word? I'm not saying private, you know what.
The pre-picks?
We can't do this. Yeah, the pre-picks. Thank you.
We've got Tim Fiegel going with Elias, and Dillon Young, James Shelly, and Steve Rada are all going with Matt Hardy.
Huh. All right, I see a trend here. Statistics from last year, based on what I remember, a lot of y'all went with Braun Strowman, and
yeah,
that didn't really
worked out
so.
well for us.
And just about everyone, and some went with Big Show too, and that didn't work out either because they were eliminated back to back.
See, the one time we used logic, and
then they throw Mojo Rawley at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll go with that. So that's all we got right now. We'll get the rest of those picks later, and that'll go for every match. All right. Next up, it's not later, Kev. It's right now. The WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Very, very interesting. All right, Seth.
Gee willikers, I don't know, because I wanted to go with either Sasha Banks or Bayley, but I kind of think that we're going to have, like, Bayley eliminate Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks can get back in and eliminate Bayley. So I eliminate the two of them. I'm trying to think if there's really any other female that's been getting a real push that doesn't have a match on the WrestleMania card, and there really isn't anybody, so I guess I'll go out on a limb and go with... Yeah, I know, right? This is the one that I didn't actually have a pick for. Everything else I have a pick for, but this is the one I don't. Okay, you know what? Okay. I'm going with Kairi Sane.
Oh!
Wow.
Might as well, because I can't come up with anybody else, but I'm gonna go with Kairi Sane because she was in the Royal Rumble. They've got a program going on between Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler. Kairi Sane's not really in that. I think she could be brought up to the main roster now.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say my pick too. She was my pick as well. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
All right, Kyle.
You know, I want to give credit to my good friend TJ Adams, host of the podcast Wrestling Society, for this pick right here. I had no idea who to pick, but he actually threw out something that I didn't really notice. I'm going with Becky Lynch, and here is why. Like every time on SmackDown, whenever she's in a match, you'd hear the commentators say, well, you know, this is what have you done for me lately here, business? And, you know, Becky really hasn't done anything here as of late. They haven't really had her get involved in anything major. So the fact that they keep bringing that up, you know, led him and myself to believe that, you know, maybe they have something planned for her. So
excuse me while I facepalm myself. I forgot Becky Lynch was in it.
But maybe they're going to give her the Battle Royal, so I'm going to go with Becky Lynch.
All right.
Can we just give the point to Kyle because I think he's right?
Friday. Yeah, expect a change pick from me and Seth within the coming moments.
Probably, yeah.
Kev.
You know, this one, yeah, like I said earlier, this one and the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, you know, these two are just complete crapshoots. So I'm just earlier today I put some names on a piece of paper, cut them up, put them in a hat, and drew a random name out.
And you drew Dana Brooke.
Nope, I actually drew Ruby Riott, so that's going to be my pick.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Preston.
All right, I narrowed it down to 4. I mean, I could say Kairi Sane, but I don't see her being a last-minute entrant, although if she is, maybe she could win, but I'm going to go down the safe road, and I narrowed it down to 4. Natalya, Naomi, Mickie James, or Becky Lynch. And out of those 4, I'm going to go with... Okay, I know a few other people already took her, but I'll just do it because I can. I'll go with Becky. Reluctantly.
Reminder, no changes can be made to your thing until after we're done.
Right.
Okay, so, all right, do we have the pre-picks for that one?
Dillon Young went with Natalya. Steve Rada went with Bayley. James Shelly and Tim Fiegel both went with Sasha Banks.
All right, we got a pretty diverse one here in a minute.
Do.
Well, not so much diverse because after this we're done making predictions. Me and Seth are going to make a change.
Yeah.
All right, our last pre-show match, and I'm pretty sure because it's going to be 10 matches on the main card, our last pre-show match Sadly, on the pre-show, it's the tournament final for the vacant WWE Cruiserweight Championship between Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. Seth.
And you know what's really sad is this is probably going to be one of the top 3 matches of the night, and it's on the pre-show, but I'm going to go with Cedric Alexander because I think it's basically been determined since the tournament started he was going to be the winner.
And, I'll go ahead and make my pick, too. As much as I would love to see Mustafa Ali win the title, and Cedric Alexander, before they fired the man that shall not be named, he was gonna. I feel like at the Rumble he was gonna win the title anyway. So yeah, Cedric. Sorry, Mustafa. Kyle.
Cedric Alexander's long overdue for a run with that title. Hopefully they put it on him here at WrestleMania.
Yeah, hopefully they don't screw him like they screwed Austin Aries all last year. All right, Kev.
To expand on all of y'all points, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing per se for them to be on the pre-show. Because if you look at Neville and Austin Aries last year, they were forced on the pre-show as well, but they actually got a healthy amount of time. They got a good 15-20 minute match out of it.
They didn't get a good paycheck out of it as it would be on the main card.
We also didn't have 2 Battle Royals along with the pre-show match for the Cruiserweight Championship, so those Battle Royals are going to take a lot of time too.
In the Cruiserweight title match last year, they didn't even put it on the WrestleMania DVD.
Well, true, but all your points are true, but I still think it could be a very good match.
Oh, no doubt.
And to expand on some of y'all's points, one of you, I forget which one of you said it, but one of you said that they were. I think they've been planning. If I could talk, that'd be great. Planning on putting the title on Cedric Alexander even before the Rumble, and before Vacant, and before the guy got released. So yeah, I'm going with Cedric. I think it's obvious.
Yeah, really is.
As much as I like Ali's finishing move, I love the 450 splash.
It's 054.
Oh, I botched that up. But you know what I mean. Normally I hate going with what the majority of people go with, but I'll do it. I'll go with Cedric.
Just out of curiosity, does anybody actually watch 205 Live in here?
Yes, I do.
Sometimes I do.
Is Cedric charismatic enough to kind of like be a noteworthy champion?
I'm gonna be straight up honest. I don't know how to judge charisma.
Yeah, neither do I.
Well, okay, the guy that shall not be named, to me, had really good charisma heel-wise, and was the right choice of putting the title on at the time, because, he always was able to kind of make you take notice when he came out, with his mic skills and everything. Is Cedric Alexander able to do that?
Because he was a certified G and a bona fide stud, and apparently you can't teach that.
Yeah. Okay. When you put it like that, based on what I've seen, it'd be a little tricky given the fact that Cedric's a face, and I don't know if he's got the charisma to do that. I know Mustafa does, but okay, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, I think it'd still be Cedric.
That's why it should have been Drew Gulak.
It'd be pretty crappy if they built all this up for Cedric just to put it on Mustafa.
That's why they should have put it on Drew Gulak.
Yeah, all right. Pre-picks.
At this point, with everybody that's given picks here and everybody that's given picks on the pre-picks, it's Cedric Alexander all the way down the board.
All right.
Which means Mustafa Ali is going to be the Cruiserweight Champion.
That's right.
Yes.
We have swayed the WWE's tides, and they don't even know it.
All right. So, to the main card, 8 championship matches, 2 non-championship matches, but with a lot of things hinging on it. We're going to start with our non-title matches. First, the one from SmackDown. D-Bry and Shane O'Mac against KO and Sami Zayn. This is a very peculiar match. The stipulation on this is if Owens and Zayn win, they are going to be rehired to SmackDown Live. If they are not, they will not go to SmackDown Live, and more than likely will end up on Raw.
Yeah,
clever deduction. No, they'll go to 205 Live.
Think about this.
Don't go to NXT.
Think of WWE wrestling logic here for just a second. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are technically fired.
Uh-huh.
They're technically fired, yet they get to work at WrestleMania.
It's not an unsanctioned match like Rollins and Triple H was last year.
Well, no. They were fired, but remember last night when Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon did the promo, Shane said that Daniel reinstated them for WrestleMania.
That's right.
Ah,
So they're reinstated, not necessarily rehired.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's why it's a tag team match. All right, we'll start with Seth again.
Okay. Basically, I'm just gonna go with logic here. Raw's doing a good job in putting together main event matches and everything. I think it would get a little congested moving Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens over there. If they go to Raw, SmackDown's losing two of its big blue chippers that have been awesome on promos and everything. So I say that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, through some kind of shady tactics, they're gonna win. And I think just to be able to not kill his momentum with coming back on his return, it's going to be Shane McMahon that takes the pin and not Daniel Bryan.
I can agree to that. I was going to make a similar point. Yeah, I'm going with KO and Sami Zayn. Kyle?
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. I'm not real positive with this pick here, but I figure Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will end up going to Raw, because remember, there is going to be a shakeup here not too long after WrestleMania. So, I mean, they could easily trade, Raw and SmackDown could easily trade them. So, I have a feeling that, we're not going to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for a couple of weeks, or until the shakeup occurs. Then they're just going to shock everybody and show up on Raw.
Okay. Kev?
Seth brought about this point of logic and all that, saying that if Owens and Zayn lose, they would lose. SmackDown would lose their two biggest mouthpieces. I'm thinking that's what WWE maybe not wants per se, but it seems like that's what always happens. SmackDown always loses their top talent per se to Raw. So I'm gonna go with D-Bry and Shane O'Mac. And also because why would they build this story up of Daniel Bryan being cleared to return just for him to fucking lose?
Because then maybe down the line you can end up having a Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon match.
I don't like to think ahead.
I mean, let's be honest, okay? Let's think about this. I think they're kind of nursing Daniel Bryan back into being able to wrestle and everything, so they've got him in a tag team match, so if necessary, Shane's able to take the brunt of it. And let's think about the last couple of matches that Shane McMahon had. He had it against The Undertaker, who it kind of allowed Undertaker to be able to go at his own pace. I'm trying to remember what his match before that was. It was somebody else that was like that, where they could be able to wrestle at their own pace, not overexert themselves, and basically Shane McMahon was the punching bag. So I think this could set up a Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon, where WWE can kind of have a little bit of an evaluation of Daniel Bryan in a one-on-one match. Shane McMahon can again take on the role of the punching bag, and they can kind of see what Daniel Bryan, how much he can exert in a singles match.
And Shane McMahon was also in the last two Survivor Series matches the last 2 years.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Did you mention Hell in a Cell against Kevin Owens?
That's the other one I was trying to think of. Yeah.
And also WrestleMania last year against AJ Styles.
And Styles, yeah.
Okay. Preston Plourd.
I'm gonna echo what Kev said about not killing Daniel Bryan's momentum and Sammy and Kev possibly going to Raw. So I'll take that road. I'll go with Daniel Bryan and Shane to win.
Okay. Pre-picks.
With the pre-picks, we've got Dillon Young, James Shelly, and Tim Fiegel, all going with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Steve Rada is going with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon.
Okay. All right, we'll go to our other non-title match that's on the main card. The mixed tag team match over on Raw. Kurt Angle and newcomer Ronda Rousey against the Game, Triple H, and his bitch wife, Stephanie McMahon. And
just the way you said that.
all right. I'm going to be getting a call from Stanford here pretty soon. Seth.
There goes Chris's hopes of having any job in WWE in the future.
Okay, I'm seeing this going down the same road as a TNA Impact match that took place involving Kurt Angle, where it was Jeff and Karen Jarrett versus Kurt Angle and Chyna. I think this is going to take on the same kind of an aspect in the fact that, Stephanie's going to be constantly trying to get away from Ronda Rousey. Triple H and Kurt Angle are going to have to take on the brunt of the matchup. And I see this match ending somewhere with Rousey having Stephanie a submission. Triple H runs in to try and help her. He gets put into the ankle lock, and so Stephanie has no choice but to tap out. It's going to be the exact same kind of a finish that the TNA Impact match had. So I'm going with Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey.
You're saying they're both going to be tapped.
Well, it's going to basically be both of them are in a submission. The legal competitor at the time is Stephanie, so she's going to be the one that taps out and loses the match.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Ronda Rousey having Stephanie McMahon in the arm bar, and then Kurt Angle having Triple H in the ankle lock. So yeah, I could.
Because going back to the Impact Wrestling match, it was Chyna had the ankle lock on Karen Jarrett, and Karen was about to tap out. Jeff Jarrett comes in, holds her hand to stop her from tapping, and then Kurt Angle puts the ankle lock on Jeff Jarrett, and so Karen taps out. So I kind of see it's going to be kind of that kind of a finish.
Okay, yeah, I'm going with Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey. Kyle?
I'm saying Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey simply because I just cannot see them having Ronda Rousey lose in her first match. I thought the same thing back at WrestleMania 31 with Sting, but they really surprised me with that one. But
because we know Stephanie McMahon is really good at putting talent over. Brie Bella.
Yeah.
Kev?
Kyle, you really should credit yourself more for being a salesman, I was practically echoing your thoughts. I'm going with Kurt and Ronda because, the way WWE is, most of the time, except for that said match with Sting, is that you win your debut match. Unless you're a jobber, but I digress.
You win your first one and you lose your last one. That's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, somebody tell that to Trish Stratus.
Oof.
Right, Preston.
I don't see them killing Ronda's momentum in her first match, so I'll go with Ronda and Kurt.
Pre-picks.
It's Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey all the way down the board.
All right.
All right.
Now to the tag team championship matches. First, we'll start with Raw. Cesaro and Sheamus, the current Raw Tag Team Champions, against Braun Strowman and TBD, according to Wikipedia.
All right, so before you go on, there's a caveat in this. There are 2 points on the line. We have to predict who we think Strowman's partner is going to be, and then who we think the winner is going to be.
I had a feeling we were doing that.
All right, we'll start with you again, Seth.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
Oh, please don't? Okay,
I got
we'll
a
start
good
with
one.
me then. We'll start with me then. First, I'm going to pick the winner of the match, and I think it's going to be Braun and whoever his partner is. And secondly, who I think his partner is going to be, I was really hoping they would do this on Raw, but I had a feeling they were going to wait till WrestleMania to do this. So, there was a lot of candidates here. You got Big Show, you got Neville, you got Big Cass, you have Bobby Lashley for whatever reason. You have just a host of others. Bray Wyatt, another one. I'm going to go... it makes sense. He just re-signed to WWE on a long-term contract, not retiring anytime soon. Going with Big Show. Why not? So I picked Braun and Big Show to win the match, and Big Show's my pick as his partner.
Okay.
Kyle?
I'm gonna say Sheamus and Cesaro end up getting it. And I think Strowman's mystery partner is Samoa Joe. And I think the only reason that Sheamus and Cesaro are gonna win is because I think Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman will just not be on the same page or have some sort of meltdown in the middle of the match.
Okay.
I think Strowman is long overdue for a title. So I'm gonna pick him and his partner to win the match. His partner, well, Chris mentioned this guy earlier. It was reported a couple months ago he had signed with WWE, but no one has really mentioned anything of it since. I very well think this guy could pull a Hardy Boys from last year. I'm gonna go. Strowman's partner is none other than one Bobby Lashley.
Okay, Preston.
We've got some good contenders to be Braun's partner, and in the end, I'm gonna go with. You guys have all good reasons for your candidates. Could be Ambrose, but he's part of the Shield, so I don't know what they would do then. I'll go with. I'll go with Joe to be his partner, and I think I'm probably gonna regret this, but I think Strowman and Joe will get the titles. I'm very reluctant in saying that, but screw it. I'm going out on that limb, and that limb is bending, and it's about to break.
All right. 4 of us have given the picks. Seth, the one that requested not to go first, is up.
Okay, so I am going out on a limb as well. But I went back and I looked at, who the possibilities could be. Now, Bobby Lashley is a big one, but I don't think it's going to be him. I don't think it's going to be the Big Show, because the last match the Big Show and Braun Strowman had, Strowman put him through a side of a steel cage, which was Big Show's kind of way of going off TV. So I don't think that they would have the two of them teaming up for their next match. Samoa Joe is scheduled to be the next opponent against Roman Reigns for the title, so I don't think Samoa Joe will be the partner. I am going to be going out on a limb, because if you look back, Samoa Joe and the Bar attacked 2 individuals a few months ago. Those 2 individuals were Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is around the time now where he'd be able to come back, based on the projected amount of time that they had. Dean Ambrose wants to get some revenge on the Bar because they, quotes, took him out, and so he would have a vendetta of wanting to team with Strowman to be able to take on the Bar for some revenge. So I think that Dean Ambrose is going to be the tag team partner for Braun Strowman, and I think that the both of them are going to get the titles as well.
Damn, that's really going out on a limb.
I will totally mark out if that happens. If I just hear Ambrose's music happen like that,
All right. Gonna be making another change after we're done here. You're a really good salesman. Pre-picks.
Pre-picks. We've got Dillon Young going with Bray Wyatt as the mystery partner, and he says that Strowman and Wyatt are going to be the champs. James Shelly is going with Bray Wyatt, but he is going with Sheamus and Cesaro to retain. Steve Rada is going with the Big Show, but he says that Sheamus and Cesaro will retain, and Tim Fiegel is going with Bobby Lashley as the mystery partner and the Bar retaining.
Never mind, Dillon Young's in my division. I don't have to change anything. All right, that's it for the tag team title matches. On to the women's.
No, you forgot one. You forgot SmackDown.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry, I'm moving really slow here. Yeah, thank you, Kev. One thing you're good at is correcting me. The SmackDown Tag Team title... Exactly. The SmackDown Tag Team title match, the Triple Threat Tag Team match between the current champions, the Usos, and then the New Day, and then the Bludgeon Brothers. All right, Seth.
Alright, so pancakes, penitentiaries, and poundings. I'm going with the poundings, Bludgeon Brothers.
Pancakes, penitentiaries, and poundings. Oh, that just doesn't sound right at all.
It sounds like a sitcom waiting to happen.
Actually, it sounds like a sex dungeon. I don't know why the pancakes are there, but I digress. Yeah.
For the same reason there was a tablet in Big E's pants last night. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bludgeon Brothers. They've been building them up to do this, hence what happened at Fastlane. And then over the last few months of them just beating up anyone in sight, yeah, Bludgeon Brothers are getting the title.
I just want to see Luke Harper with championship gold on him again.
You mean Harper?
Shut the hell up. Kyle.
Okay, I'm going with the Bludgeon Brothers. And, I can smell my dinner. It's ready. It's spaghetti. I'm really hungry. Can we try to make this as quick as we can here?
I'm eating spaghetti right now, Kyle. I'm eating your dinner.
All right, yeah, we'll try. Let's just try to motor through this. No backstories. Kev.
Well, too bad, Chris. I'm not listening to you. That's another thing I'm good at, not listening. But Could I just say it's about
Make your
damn time that the
damn
Usos get on the main card? Anyway, Bludgeon Brothers.
Preston.
Well, we got 3 good candidates for the tag team championships, and I have to pick one. But whoo!
If you pick the New Day, I swear.
He's picking the Who, but they're a band. They're not wrestlers.
Anyway, old school British music aside, maybe this would be a good time to go to push the Bludgeon Brothers. So I'll go with them, but I could regret this. Wouldn't be the first time either, but I'll go for it.
Okay, so you're going with the Bludgeon Brothers. Okay.
Preston?
Yes, I picked the Bludgeon Brothers. Now move
Okay, I
along.
wasn't sure. You kind of left that open-ended. Kyle, you could just come. You could just go get your food and come back.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. All right. Pre-picks, real quick.
Shelly is going with the Bludgeon Brothers. Dillon Young, Steve, and Tim, they're all going with the Usos to retain.
Oh, jeez. All right, now on to the women's title matches. This time, SmackDown: Charlotte Flair versus the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Everybody on 3.
1, 2, 3. Asuka.
Asuka.
Probably the match. I don't know if I'm most excited for this match or AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, but Asuka's gonna get it. They're not ending the streak, but it's gonna be a damn good match.
Agreed. Pre-picks.
Everybody is ready for Asuka.
All right, on to the Raw Women's Championship. All right, Seth.
I'm going with Alexa Bliss. I know that Nia Jax is getting a push, but I think they can kind of continue this on. Alexa Bliss is going to have Mickie James in her corner, so I think Bliss retains.
Kyle.
How do I say this here?
Spaghetti, that's how you say it.
Mob
Okay,
Spaghetti.
Okay, I'm gonna say who I think is gonna be champion by the it's gonna be the Raw Women's Champion heading out of WrestleMania, and that's Carmella. Now, yes, I think she's gonna cash in. What I don't know is she gonna cash in the middle of the match, or is she gonna cash in afterwards? But I think she's walking out of there as the Raw Women's Champion.
Wow.
And I'm going to go ahead and state my pick as well. Wait, who do you pick, though, to retain, though? Do you retain, or does Nia?
Well, no, here's the thing. Kyle's saying that he's not sure if it's going to be middle or after the match is over. So, yeah, so basically Kyle got to pick between who he thinks could be announced the original winner.
Buddy joined your channel.
I'm gonna say Nia wins the match, and then her and then Alexa and
Hey,
Mickie
wake
are
up.
gonna like beat her down or something, and then Carmella's gonna come in and cash in.
I'm the exact opposite. I agree. Carmella's going to come in and cash in. I don't know when, but I think Alexa's going to retain, and then Nia, in a fit of rage, is going to beat the crap out of her, hence allowing Carmella to come out, cash in, win the title. She leaves WrestleMania with the Raw Women's title. Kev.
Chris, have I ever told you how much you're copying my mind? Yeah,
No,
I pretty much think it's the exact same thing. Alexa is gonna beat Nia by some kind of dastardly way. Then Nia just throws a fit of rage, leaves Alexa stranded in the middle of a ring. Then QV FABULOUS cashes in. 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. Carmella walks out as champion.
I've never heard a more descriptive pick from you. Anyway, Preston.
This is you guys all got great ideas, and it's really hard to make a decision. But maybe Alexis held the title long enough, and maybe
she's
Nia-
held it more than enough.
Don't tell Kyle that. But I guess I'll go with Nia winning the championship.
Okay, free picks.
We've got I believe everybody. Let me just double check here. Yes, everybody for the pre-picks is going with Nia Jax.
Okay, so if I get this correct, Okay, never mind. We'll figure it out later. But yeah, again, the cash-in thing's a little different. All right, moving on to our singles championship matches. All right, we'll go to Raw first. Miz as the champion against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Seth. for the Intercontinental title.
You'd think this would be cut and dry, but it's not cut and dry for me. I'm going to have to go, I think, with... Dang it, I don't want to, but I have to go with The Miz to retain. It's a triple threat. Anything goes. He'd be able to sneak in and get the pin.
Yeah, I could see that. But I see another thing. You mentioned Ambrose earlier. People have been wanting him to turn heel for a long time, and I don't know if WWE is going to listen to the fans, because they really, more than likely, they don't. But I think Ambrose is going to get involved. He's going to screw Rollins out of the championship. And then Balor's going to come in and take it. I'm going with Balor to take the title. He's long overdue to get a title on him.
Only problem is I kind of think it'd be a little too soon to do that. You'd want to kind of, when he comes back, build the feud up before it happens.
Good point.
Be a little too soon, but anyway.
Okay, but that's not part of my prediction. I just think that's going to happen. But as for the match, I'm going with Balor to take the title. Kyle.
Right.
Finn Balor as the Demon.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
If he's wearing blue, Kyle is screwed.
I'm gonna be straight up honest. I didn't even take the Demon into consideration because normally they would announce beforehand if the Demon
They
was
would
coming
tease
back.
it in some way.
I don't even think they did that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do it as a surprise.
They could.
To them all. Come on.
That's a very good point. Fuck. I might change my pick later, but for now, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. For now.
All right. Preston?
I think The Miz has held the title long enough. Balor hasn't held a title since he vacated the Universal title. Maybe it's too early for Rollins to have another title run, so taking all that into account, I have a feeling I'm really going to regret this, but I'll go with Balor.
Okay. Prefix?
We have quite a split. Dillon Young, James Shelly go with Finn Balor. Steve is going with Seth Rollins, and Tim has The Miz retaining.
All right. On to SmackDown's singles title, the Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship with Randy Orton, the champion, against the glorious Bobby Roode against Jinder Mahal. And then Mr. Rusev Day. Rusev. All right, Seth.
I really want to go with Rusev, but with Bobby Roode and Randy Orton in the match, I don't see them putting the belt on Rusev, unfortunately. I think this was just a classic case of WWE wanting to make history, so they gave the belt to Randy Orton, so that way he could be a Grand Slam champion. I couldn't think of the word. And then they were just going to have him drop it to Bobby Roode back at WrestleMania, so I'm going with Bobby Roode.
I agree with that to an extent. The way I looked at it was, I knew Randy was not going to hold the title after WrestleMania, but look at the three people that are in the match. They've all had feuds. They've all had feuds with him, but Jinder had a long-winded feud with him. So did Rusev. Bobby didn't really have a long feud one with him. That's why I'm going with Bobby Roode to take the title back, because now they can actually have something like they did with Mahal and Rusev. I just hope they don't book it the same way. So yeah, I'm going with Bobby Roode. Tom?
Bobby Roode, and it'll be glorious.
Kev?
You know, I have a feeling they're not going to do what the fans want here. I don't think it's going to be Bobby Roode.
Kev, we all want Roman Reigns.
I just have a nagging feeling. You know what? Fuck it. I honestly think it's going to be Jinder. Like I said, I don't know what they see in Jinder, but I just really think they're going to put it on him, and it's going to be awful.
The only reason they put the world title on Jinder is because they needed to get a ploy to get the Indian crowd on board with them.
That's true.
The only reason they put the belt on Mahal for so long. And they didn't even have it on him when he went to India.
Yeah,
So,
that's true too.
it was pretty ironic. So, all right, Preston.
And I thought the triple threat matches were hard to pick. Maybe Randy could retain. I don't see them giving the belt back to Rude so soon. Just for the sake of, giving Randy a little bit of time as a Grand Slam champion. But maybe they could respond to Rusev's overness, if that's such a word, and give him a run. But he's been U.S. champion already before, at least twice.
Been a while.
So I want to say Rusev, but to be safe, I think I'll say Randy retains.
When you mentioned that, it brought up real quick here. That brought up an interesting point. Bob, it may be a bit soon to put it back on Bobby Roode and have a back and forth thing between him and Orton. I mean, I want to see that happen. They're two great workers.
Oh yeah, because they totally didn't do that between Sasha Banks and Charlotte back in the day.
Yeah. But here's the thing I'm thinking with Roode. I feel like he might get a world title push here pretty soon with Shinsuke taking the title. They had a feud in NXT. A very long-winded feud in NXT that could be replicated here on the main roster. But that's just what I'm thinking. That Bobby, if they don't, I'm going with Bobby Roode to take the title back. But if he doesn't, that's where I see him going next. Pre-picks.
We've got Dillon Young and Steve going with Bobby Roode. James Shelly and Tim feel it's going to be Rusev Day at WrestleMania.
All right.
And of course, right, whether he wins or loses, it's still going to be Rusev Day. Anyway.
Yeah, of course. Today's Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev
Day. And now for our final two matches, the world title matches. We're going to start with Raw because this is probably getting knocked out pretty quick. Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion, against Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Okay, I assume we all went with Roman.
Yep.
The big dog.
Same thing on the pre-picks?
Oh yeah, it's Roman Reigns all the way down the board. It's like a kennel in here.
Yeah. He's gonna tame the beast. All right, glad.
I will have huge admiration for WWE if they swerved us and Brock retained.
I don't see that happening. He's going back to UFC.
I will send Vince McMahon a cookie.
Laced with LSD.
Tried to cook.
On to what I personally think should be the main event of WrestleMania, but of course they want to put the two Golden Boys of Raw over there as the main event. But whatever, it's not like it's been 4 years in a row that Roman Reigns was the main event of WrestleMania. It's totally not. Anyway, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. Styles the current title holder. Seth.
Okay. Honestly, everybody's going with Shinsuke Nakamura because he won the Royal Rumble, and it's, the percentage is high of winning the Royal Rumble and still, being able to take the championship at WrestleMania. Since we have Reigns with a title change from Brock Lesnar, we have Asuka taking the title away, in my prediction, from Charlotte. I think we're going to have a retaining for the championship in this one, so I'm going with AJ Styles to retain the championship.
Why are you such a damn good salesman, damn it? I pick AJ Styles. You're not in my division, so it doesn't hurt me whatsoever.
I blame Michael. y.W.c made me a booking guy, so that's how I kind of see things now.
I'm going with Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm going to go have dinner, so I will talk to you guys later.
Wait, Kyle, we got one more match.
No, we don't.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. We're still making picks.
And if there is an Undertaker-John Cena match, Undertaker.
Okay.
With that, I'm out.
All right.
Buddy disconnected from
Kev.
your channel.
Snackamore. That's what I'm calling it from now on. I don't really give a fuck.
All right, Preston.
Before I make my pick, I just want to say whose idea would it be if Roman and Lesnar is the main event? Vince. Kev, you know what this means, right?
Don't stop.
Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men.
That, and also, I'm not loopy. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Preston. Anyway, I'm gonna go with Nakamura. I think AJ's had a long enough run, and I think we'll get the Nakamura getting a title would trigger a massive pop, and I can see that happening. So Nakamura.
Did someone say trigger?
No, I think it would make. I think even if Styles retained, he'd still get a pretty good pop. Because, I mean, look at it. You look at both of them. They are probably at the top. Like, out of everyone on Raw and SmackDown, they're at the top. Styles and Nakamura. It is going to be one heck of a match.
Yeah, if the match is good, and what am I saying? It's going to be good. Whoever wins is going to get a pop.
Yes, whoever wins is going to get popped. They are not going to boo Styles, and they're most definitely not going to boo Nakamura. So, but I can agree with Seth in a way. The Styles, there's a lot of things that there could be title, like there's a lot of title changes that we're thinking to happen tonight. Intercontinental title, not tonight, Sunday. United States title, Raw women's title, every other. I think at least on every title match that we have tonight, there's at least one of us that has picked a title change. So. And there's got to be a retaining in there somewhere, and I agree. I go with Styles. Pre-picks.
Well, before we do that, I got just a quick question to pose to you guys. We haven't really had a clear idea of who's heel, who's face going into this. They've kind of both been tweeners because they've both been trying to play mind games. Could we end up seeing AJ retain with a full-fledged heel turn in the matchup, maybe?
Or do you flip it on the other coin and have Nakamura turn heel? That would be bad.
No.
Can you explain why you did that at WrestleMania? Knee to face.
Let's be honest here. I mean, it's the common case with I don't want to say foreigners, but it's what they are. So fucking the common case with foreigners in the WWE. If they turn them heel, they're going to be anti-American, and I really don't want to see Nakamura being that way.
Good point.
See, here's the thing too. If we leave Sunday with like no face or heel turn whatsoever, I will be shocked. It is the perfect place to have a face or heel turn.
Oh yeah, they've built it up perfectly for one or the other to turn. Because we're not really
I wouldn't be surprised to see
which side they really are on.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Randy Orton make a heel turn, because he's been bitching for a long time that he hates being face. So I wouldn't really be surprised to see Orton go full on heel.
Wait, Chris, who did you pick? Sorry, I gotta make sure I write it down.
And that's when I see... Wait, what, Seth?
Who did you have for your pick?
Between Styles and Nakamura?
Yeah.
Styles.
Okay.
And that's why I see if they put the belt on Bobby Roode, Randy Orton's going to react. Thus, setting off their feud. Just think about it. Randy Orton just took the title from him at Fastlane. They're going to have the back and forth now, and in doing so, that eliminates Mahal and Rusev from the picture.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm surprised that we got Randy Orton even appearing at WrestleMania, because last I had heard, Randy Orton was supposed to be taking some time off prior to WrestleMania and wasn't even going to be there, and then they ended up deciding to put him in the U.S. title picture and give him the title, and I thought, okay, this is interesting. So I'm assuming that probably if they do end up having the title changed, then after WrestleMania is when Orton will take his time off.
Okay, real quick here. We're going to wrap it up here in a moment. Any changes would any of us four would like to make? I'm going to make one change real quick. Women's Battle Royal. Yeah, Becky Lynch.
I'm changing to that as well.
Yeah, that's going to that. As for me, the rest of the way, I'm going to just sit cut in stone with that. I'm going to stick with whatever I've made other than that. Any Kev, Preston, any changes you would like to make?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Not for now. I might end up changing my mid-card title picks later. The Intercontinental and US title pick.
You have until Sunday at about 5 Eastern, 4 o'clock for that to go into effect, because that's when the pre-show kicks off. Yeah. So we have time, 5 days away, and that is right, 5 days away. Well, that's it.
Is it?
Thank you all for joining us.
You forgot.
What about
you forgot the other one, the possibility one.
Oh yeah. Never mind. We're not wrapping up yet. Never mind.
Stupid idiot.
Okay. If it happens, and we're pretty sure it's going to happen, Cena versus Taker. Seth, real quick.
Okay, so first off, I've heard that it may end up being John Cena versus a reincarnated Bray Wyatt coming back as The Undertaker. That would be really stupid. But anyway, if it happens, we already have, The Undertaker, dead man, cult leader, retired. I think he would come back.
American Badass.
Yeah, I think that's how he would probably come back. And I think they would have Undertaker go. I think that would actually be his final match because it's like the dream match they've wanted to have for so many years. But Cena's been in other feuds. I think they're actually, if they do this, they gotta have Taker go out and retire on a win. So I'm going with Undertaker to win if this match actually happens.
Same here, Kev.
This match happens, which I kind of hope it doesn't, but I digress. It's probably... So yeah, I'm going with...
You cut out. Who'd you go with?
He's going with
Cena.
John Cena because we couldn't hear him. And we couldn't see him.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Preston, that worked out.
I'll go with Taker, just to be on the safe side.
Okay, any pre-picks that made that?
Yes, we have Dillon Young going with The Undertaker, and Shelly and Fiegel are going with John Cena.
Okay, so, all premature puts aside, that'll wrap up the show here. All right, thank you all for joining us. Final thoughts before we get ready for Sunday.
NXT TakeOver is going to be lit as well. NXT TakeOver is going to be lit as well.
Yes.
Yes, it will. We should do a prediction show for that.
Yeah, we should.
Just a few of us. Just because why not? Anyway, just future y.W.c plans being planned on recording. Anyway, all right, that'll wrap it up here. Join us. Well, maybe not join us, but I hope you all enjoy WrestleMania on Sunday. It ought to be a great one, and then we'll just see what happens going from there. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy WrestleMania weekend with the Hall of Fame Friday, TakeOver on Saturday, the big show on Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday, Raw and SmackDown. They'll be down there in New Orleans as well. So, good night. Thank you for watching.
It's just the big show on Sunday?
Yes. It's going to be 4 hours of the big show standing in the ring.
That sounds boring.